Hello and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new readings every single day. And if you're looking for daily short tarot readings, check out my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts. If you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer them through my website, innercircleguidance.com. Let's find out what the circle needs to know today. We have the Hermit. We have the Nine of Chalices. Hold two cards. Okay. We have the Five of Chalices, the Page of Chalices. We have the Eight of Chalices. Wow, a lot of Cups cards. We have the King of Swords. Wow, this is a very straightforward, the energy is very definitive sort of reading here. The King of Swords is all about taking a potentially negative situation and shifting it into positive. And in its downside, it is about feeding negative situations and making them more negative. But what I'm seeing here is that ultimately that is a choice that you're being offered at this time. I keep hearing the words salvation project. Some of you are hyper fixated on self-improvement, on bettering yourself, bettering your life, and it's like you have the best intention at heart, but you're kind of going about it from a negative standpoint. Instead of focusing so much on you needing to fix yourself or change yourself, I'm here to tell you that you are perfect the way that you are. You were literally created, selected, handpicked, every aspect of the way you look, the way you think, every aspect of your perceived weaknesses and the challenges that you wanted to overcome in this life, and your hyperfixation on trying to fix these things is what's really shifting this sort of energy of taking your perceived weaknesses and turning them into strengths and making it more about a lack of self-esteem, a lack of self-acceptance, self-worth, or self-love. You're being prompted to go inward at this time with the Hermit. Your emotions are going to lead the way, will kind of give you the path to illumination as to what steps to take moving forward and what things you need to shift in terms of what perceived weaknesses you have that you need to turn into a strength. Some of you are more focused on trying to change your weaknesses and get rid of them, when really a lot of these things that you perceive as weaknesses are actually major strengths that you have not learned how to tap into yet. You have to remember that there is light and there is darkness in all things. That's what the King of Swords is all about understanding the depth of your thoughts, your feelings, the positive and negative aspects of it, using your masculine energy of logic, practicality, and reason in a way that's benefiting you, not hindering who you are, hindering your progress forward, hindering you from connecting deeper to a more authentic version of yourself. With the Nine of Chalices, there's a lot of things that are going on in your life that are in alignment, that are things that you are wanting or wanted to experience, or things that are in alignment with your life purpose and your life path. You're being prompted to recognize how far you've come and recognize and reflect on your past in a way where you can see how different timelines that you've been on in your life. So these would be major shifts. Different eras of your life are influencing you now and how much you have learned and shifted from those timelines. There are clues in these major shifts as to what perceived weaknesses you have that you're meant to be using as gifts and you're meant to be using as strengths, not trying to fix them, get rid of them, change them. You haven't learned how to harness some of these things. You're allowing the influences of them to affect you negatively. The Five of Chalices is a card where something in your life has influenced you so much that instead of just avoiding it, it's like the temptation's too great, so you have to just completely rid yourself of it. Some of your mindsets are falling into this category when it comes to your perceived weaknesses. If you start taking a new perspective and you start looking at your perceived weaknesses as gifts from the universe, as things that were gifted to you, you will start to realize unexpected things about them, unexpected strengths, unexpected opportunity that you may not have realized was an opportunity all along. The Eight of Chalices is a card of having to go through this sort of period of self-discovery and confusion to sort of get enveloped in the process of the journey and allow the journey to sort of just like take you off wherever in order to get clarity. Because we see here it's like this fog is encasing this person, and he knows that if he walks forward and he gets through the fog, that there's going to be these moments of clarity, there's going to be clear skies. But it's like you have to have the courage to navigate your way through the fog. You were not put here as a salvation project. You were not put here because you needed to fix something and better yourself. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be the best version of yourself, but the intention behind why you're doing it is important. We've talked about this in previous readings about the intention of why you're going about something, and the energy in which you're going about something dictates the outcome. And they're very different energies. If you are making improvements to yourself because you feel like you're not worthy, that is a very different energy than making improvements because you want to better understand yourself so that you can use your perceived weaknesses as the gifts they are. There's a different energy between taking action and learning in order to be worthy of a goal, and taking action and learning because it supports what you're trying to do. The energy in which you do something, the energy and intention behind the action, the thought, the feeling is all energy. It's all part of what brings you to the overall outcome. Some of these subtle energies are still influencing you in negative ways, which is what's tricking you into thinking that you have something you need to fix about yourself. This isn't about fixing you. There's many different things that are considered weaknesses that, if harnessed the right way, can be turned into gifts and positivity. You can harness some of these things in ways that end up being very productive or helpful to yourself and the collective. It can serve on a level that other people don't comprehend. A really great example is having the ability of being an empath. You can use your empathic abilities to manipulate other people, or you can use your empathic abilities to realize that you have a deeper understanding of people than a lot of people even have of themselves, and help them bring certain things to light, help bring certain things about yourself to light. Some people who are not very good at doing the smaller tasks that are more like administrative, for example, let's give a career one here as an example, but are really good at the big ideas. Maybe that's because you're meant to be the person who is giving the big ideas and leading a group of other people. Maybe you're not supposed to be doing the nitty-gritty things and putting all the little pieces into place. Maybe you are more geared towards being the person who gets the group together to achieve bigger projects. Some of these things that you think are your weaknesses are actually your biggest strengths. But until you start loving yourself for who you are, as you are, and accepting yourself and saying that these things I love because of this, that, or the other, instead of these things I hate because I'm not worthy, or I'm not this, or I'm not that, then you're going to continue to live in a reality where there's still lack because you are not fully loving yourself, and whatever happens within is what you are externally bringing into your external world. So these are all promptings to help you. You're being prompted at this time to turn your darknesses into light. Part of that is you heal your darkest parts of yourself, and you illuminate the darkest parts of yourself through the light of awareness. You have to become aware. You have to start observing without judgment. You have to start looking at things from a different perspective. Use your rational, practical, logical, masculine energy in a way that allows you to separate yourself from the different aspects of yourself so that you can actually look at it from a non-judgmental, non-biased view. Honestly see where your weaknesses are. Honestly see what your strengths are. Figure out how some of these perceived weaknesses may actually be hidden strengths. You are prompted to step into your power at this time. This is going to take some courage, but I promise you, if you do this work, you're going to be rewarded in ways that you can't even imagine because you just haven't gotten there yet. It's not things you can imagine because you haven't been able to step into a reality or a place of self-love and acceptance to where that reality seems real. You've got to get through the fog first. But remember, you are not put here as a salvation project. So that's your affirmation for this reading. I was not put here as a salvation project. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.